Всем привет, с вами Урахара. И практически все по плану. Как я и говорил, да, начнем часиков в 10. Плюс-минус. Да, так все пошло абсолютно не по такому плану, который я вчера говорил, такой днем. Там надо в офис, потом по делам, то все пятое, десятое. В итоге в офис я не поехал. Немножечко отпала надобность. Но зато много чего по делам решил. Вот, в итоге кушку я, похоже, не беру пока что. Вот, к сожалению, но вот так вот. Вот, потом такой после тренингового, ну точнее, еще до тренинга я очень сильно устал. Такой, ладно, пройдет тренинг, я посплю. Я очень активно участвовал на тренинге и думал, что, ну, точно очень сильно устану, посплю. В итоге не поспал, лишь закончил. Еще дела некоторые после тренинга и такой, ну, а теперь пора постримить. Поэтому вообще все не по плану пошло. Если вдруг я там, не знаю, в какие-то моменты буду супер не бодрячком, ну, сорян. Вот. Собственно, какой план на сегодня? Закончили мы на том, что пришли на похороны нашей сестры, да, которая погибла по нашей вине, и леди Эшбери, вспомнил, как его зовут, пришла нас поддержать, помочь с этим справиться, и такая, ну, вроде как тебе надо как бы исповедаться, да, в церкви Святой Марии. Собственно, с этого мы сегодня и начнем. Вот. Пойдем в церковь Святой Марии. Что еще сегодня надо сделать? Так, по квесту у меня вроде все. Если я правильно помню, да. Сейчас, секунду, я отвечу. Так. Да, вроде расследования, ну, следов квестов больше нет. Никаких, ну, кроме этого, здесь опять же ты его и вылечить надо, и этот квест продвинуть, а для этого надо 3-й гипноз. Пока что 2-й. Как прокачать? Ну, насколько я понимаю, просто в процессе прохождения кампании прокачивается, поэтому пока что подождем, просто пока она станет 3-го уровня. Потом уже, собственно, начнем выполнять этот квест, плюс вылечим его, закроем, ну, постараемся закрыть все болезни в районе этом.
Who are you? Make yourself known.
Newborn, you reek of guilt and pointless compassion. Shed your skin, forget your old weaker self.
What do you want from me?
О, спасибо, что поближе.
Ascalon does not approve of lone wolves who bring unwanted eyes to our pastures.
So your name is Ascalon.
Ascalon's will is vampire law. Learn them, abide by them, or I shall return as your judge and jury.
Ничего не хочу сказать, но он, по-моему, привлекает в разы больше внимания. Вы его видели?
These immortals try my patience with their plans and unsolicited counsel.
Я не очень понял, его зовут Аскалон? Или Аскалон это какое-то общество? Потому что когда он говорил законы Аскалона, звучало как будто это какое-то общество все-таки, а не его имя. Но либо он о себе в 3-м лице говорит, что как бы тоже, конечно, может быть. Как зайти не туда? Очень просто.
Yes? What is it that you want?
I'm sorry to disturb you at such a late hour.
No worries, my son. I'm still quite awake, having just returned from a funeral.
Yes, I know. I've forgotten what I wanted. I don't know.
May I help you, child? You seem somewhat perturbed.
I haven't the strength to cross the threshold. I wish to pray, to cleanse my soul.
The church is shut by order of the bishop. But I'm still the vicar of St. Mary's, if that is any use to you, my son.
You seem to me a good soul, Vicar. But this is a personal matter.
There are no secrets from God, my son. If your heart needs comfort, consider me your chapel. For I can be as silent as stone.
I've words for one departed. They're not for living ears to hear.
Your eyes burn with rage. Yet I see the pain that lies beyond.
Ну, по понятным
I
причинам.
am here to lighten the burden of all God's creatures. Whatever you tell me.
Как он удачно подобрал слова.
Very well, priest. As you seem quite adamant.
Open your heart, my son. Tell me what burdens you. With whom do you wish to speak?
А тут теперь вопрос, насколько я, типа, доверяю, что действительно так останется. И то, что потом эта информация не будет использована против меня.
She was my sister.
You seem so troubled by the loss of this girl. What happened to her?
Ой, а можно вот без этого?
She was
Ну, по сути.
murdered.
I see. And how are you feeling, my son?
I feel responsible. The pain is consuming me.
I have a final question for you, my son. This is of the utmost interest.
Что ты мог сделать?
Ask your question, Vicar.
What words would you like to say to
А,
your
нет.
poor sister?
Я забываю, что это не коуч.
I killed you. There's no excuse. My dear Mary. Forgive me.
Как откровенно в конце.
My son, and your burden will lighten if your words are sincere. Go in peace now and live your life in the way she would have wanted.
Я то хотел сказать, что для разговора со священником, для проповеди, да, он говорит как-то нифига не конкретно и по сути
There. I confessed.
никто эту информацию против меня даже потом использовать не сможет. И тут он такой: Мэри, это я убил тебя. Я уже думал, что он совсем ничего не скажет, и я такой: ну ладно. Вы здесь откуда? Потому что я не помню, чтобы я отдыхал. Так, а вы кто? Вы кто-то интересный. Блять. А, это я тупой. Ладно. Блять, он сейчас умрет. Ну, устойчивость ему не помогла. На самом деле, давным-давно хотел использовать, но я кнопки перепутал. Я нажимал этот RL-ки, единички, а не двойки. Hello, почему не работает? Поэтому даже урон особо не удалось затестить. Ну ладно, окей, это где-то внизу, не по виду. Вот. Что еще из интересного? Посмотрел сегодня вторую серию Блича. Точнее, я посмотрел вчера после стрима, по-моему. Да, вчера после стрима она уже была в нормальном качестве. Дайте еще 36 секунд. Я же не буду полминуты просто бегать от него, верно? Типа я, конечно, могу. Похоже, буду. Урон, конечно, неплохой. На место мина закончилось. Щит был лишним. Ну, короче, понятно, это новый тип противников. который мне теперь будет противостоять. Ну окей. ХП многовато, конечно. Мирден.
I remember you.
А, я поговорить с ним могу.
Be gone. I would harm no child of my making.
This is your doing. You made me. Made me this creature. What are you?
I am the land. You are our champion.
Riddles and rhymes. You took my life. Now you
По-русски
insult
можно,
my
пожалуйста?
mind.
Be still, my child. I bring understanding.
What is it you seek?
This age is sickly. An ancient poison, an older rage, brewed in a cauldron newly forged.
This has something to do with the epidemic.
Seek truth, my champion. Defeat the serpent of knowing with iron spur.
I've had enough of
Короче,
others making decisions for me, pretending to know how I should feel or behave.
если я правильно понял,
Me is some sort of disembodied entity. Or was he just projecting this vision in my mind? Maybe Edgar can help me with this one.
так вот, насколько я понял, он меня обратил как раз, чтобы я как-то боролся с этой эпидемией, если я правильно понял.
God protect us. You've got a leech in the hospital.
Yes, my hospital. My mission is to heal while you go about warring.
You set the table for a snake. I wonder why there's venom in your food.
I'm growing tired of your song. You're a woodsman, McCullum, not a doctor. Return to your hunt.
Remember, I've a good nose for machinations. I can flare the scent at a mile. You can't hide from the god.
А я и не прячусь, я его убиваю.
Leave him, Jonathan. This is sacred ground. Neutral territory. And I just had the carpet cleaned. By the sacred stone, this is very bad news. Bad news indeed.
Как только я к тебе не зайду, какие-то проблемы. Может, мне к тебе не заходить?
What happened?
The hospital has been attacked. We have injured patients, at least one dead and several missing. This has spiraled out of control. Even the most infirm are asking to be allowed to return home.
We
А
cannot
кто напал-то?
have people lose faith in this institution. This hospital is their only hope.
Of course, you're right. But we cannot afford a public scandal. It would ruin us. We must restore order, and quickly.
You mentioned a dead patient. Who is he?
She, Jonathan. She was Miss Harriet Jones. I found her room like a slaughterhouse. Blood everywhere. The duty nurse is taking care of the mess.
Very well. I'll help you.
I know this place means something to you. I have noticed how you suppress your appetite when around the staff and patients.
You need to know you can trust me, Edgar.
I do, dear fellow, I do.
Please then, tell me.
Sean Hampton, the man we thought we'd saved at the docks. It seems he was infected after all.
So Hampton became more beast than man.
Exactly. And now Guard of Prewen suspects the hospital of vampire activity. Do you realize what that could mean for us?
Может, тогда не надо было его спасать?
Rest assured, I will protect you and your staff.
McCullum is a fanatic. The guard will stop at nothing. You don't know what they're capable of, Jonathan.
Very well. Since I brought Mr. Hampton here, I will put an end to this.
Sean Hampton lives and breathes for the well-being of his flock. There's no other place he would go but the docks.
I wonder why the Goswicks came here in the first place.
What on earth happened here?
Ну, я, если честно, представлял бойню пожестче. Ну ладно. Наши ожидания, как мы все знаем, это наши проблемы.
Oh, Jonathan, I cannot believe my eyes. Poor woman, butchered by some savage scab.
Yes, and I'm afraid I'm at least partially responsible.
На прерве, да?
The man, the scowl,
Конечно.
I brought him here.
Jonathan, how could you say such a thing?
Forgive me if I feel despondent, but there seems to be no end to the suffering and death that surrounds us.
I'm always here for you, Jonathan.
I have experienced a certain difficulty when faced with holy symbols or trying to enter religious buildings. Have you?
Now that's quite a question. I don't know why, but yes, it has happened to me.
Is this a sign? The hand of God in action? Are we repellent unto heaven?
I don't have the answers, Jonathan. But I believe superstition and magic is just fact awaiting the lens of science.
Aren't you frightened?
Very little scares me, my dear. To be compelled to avoid symbols of faith does not concern me.
Ну, это да, конечно.
Have you embraced this woman, like the other patient, this Mr. Renfield?
Her name was Amelia. And no, I did not kill her. I vowed a very long time ago that I would never take another life, unless they ask.
Is there sufficient vitality in the blood of the sick and dying patients?
Yes, Jonathan. The hunger gnaws at me every waking hour. Frankly, I'm starving.
Вопрос был не в этом.
Surrounds
Ладно.
us. Rich, vital.
Либо я его не так
How
понял.
can you resist?
Over the years, any pleasure I once gleaned from feeding is long gone. I drink for sustenance. And though I still thirst for more, I restrain myself.
What do you know of Ascalon? I was threatened by a creature, a vampire in Whitechapel, stating I had to obey the law of conduct.
What more can you tell me about him?
He was bigger than a man. Huge, in fact. He seemed to radiate violence. I thought he was going to tear me apart. Then he vanished.
Fergal, the executioner of Ascalon.
Ну, я был прав.
You were fortunate he was not after you, but rather outdoing his master's bidding.
Что это
What
организация.
is Ascalon?
The Ascalon Club are the most powerful vampires in Britain and exert tremendous influence. Take my advice and stay well away.
Звучит как то, к чему я должен держаться поближе.
I hope to see you again soon.
Ну ладно, рад, что я встретил, потому что ответила мне на вопрос, что за Аскалон, и я теперь хотя бы чуть-чуть знаю, что это. Ну чё, было, получается, немножечко неправ. Я думал, что третьей локацией... Ой. Вас я не заметил. Станет локация, где мать Потому что после похорон туда пойдем. А в итоге третья локация станет там, где этот не успел анимацию войти до того, как меня подстрелили. А, ну пофиг, уже full хп. Блин. Слишком быстро выстрелил. Значит, мне сюда. Фу. Ай. Так. Ну да, правильно, сюда. Как их много. А можно было как-то пройти незаметно, да? Ну ладно. Не то чтобы мне это сильно нужно было. Я могу и подраться. Кстати, что могу сказать по поводу завтра, среда, да? Да. По поводу завтра, что могу, собственно, сказать? Что, скорее всего, стрим, ну, плюс-минус, опять же, в это время, в 10. В принципе, со всеми делами я вроде как подразобрался. Вот, единственное, завтра в офис поеду. Надеюсь, не как сегодня, конечно. Когда в итоге оказалось, что как бы смысла нет. Ой. Вот это было очень больно. К такому я не был готов. Вот, потом, ну, как бы тренинг, он всю неделю у меня. Ну, всю неделю я имею в виду с понедельника по пятницу. Вот, суббота, воскресенье нет. Вот. Поэтому завтра, я думаю, во вторник стрим, в четверг. Я так уже, в принципе, все сделал, никуда не поеду. Ну, точнее, поеду. Но я поеду типа к врачу на 8:30, у меня запись. Вот, поэтому я не знаю, во сколько вернусь, конечно. Вот, но я думаю, там максимум часов в 10, хотя, скорее всего, намного раньше, конечно же. Там в 9-9:30 уже буду дома, потому что, как бы, поликлиника у меня рядом с домом, ну, типа, мне, в принципе, там, скорее, типа, надо провериться. Там, по идее, мне просто анализ выпишут, такие, ну, типа, сдашь, поговорим. Ты не думаешь, что это будет как-то долго? Вот, и потом, ну, типа, если что, я имею в виду 10 утра четверга, вот. Блять. Я думаю, что где-нибудь по итогу в 10 утра четверга я и запущу стрим такой. Супер неудобный, конечно, для многих по времени, потому что там у кого-то учеба, у кого-то работа. Я такой в 10 утра, да, нормально, запустим. Вот, ну план примерно такой. Опять же, Как часто бывает, планы факта расходятся. Но посмотрим. Разойдутся ли у меня в четверг. Но если нет, то можно прям супер большой стримчик там замутить. Потому что, ну, я говорю, в принципе, все дела плюс-минус переделаны, да. С такого супер основного. Там, ну, может, конечно, что-то придется поделать. Не знаю. Мне кажется, можно в фоне вечером. Вот, а так, может, не знаю, с 10 до каких-нибудь 5 вечера. Такой, ну, не с 10, окей, наверное, с 11, потому что я приеду там, наверное, и второй раз позавтракаю. Или, может, в принципе, захочу там... А, это четверг. В четверг точно вообще нет смысла куда-то ехать в офис. Там не будет вообще никого. Там даже не с кем будет сходить. Пообедать. Ну да, тогда приду домой, там какой-нибудь второй завтрак, и в принципе... Там в 10, в 11. Думаю, можно начать и аж практически до начала тренинга.
Dr. Jonathan Reed, that's who I am. And who are you?
Ah, some fancy gentleman we've got here. Clear off. We don't want strangers on our streets.
So you won't tell me your name then?
The name is Booth Digby. Maybe I'll ask my boys to break one or two of your bones, just so you remember.
Ну, пусть попробуют, конечно, блин. Потом это... Ты их больше не увидишь.
Something like that, but the police aren't in charge here. We are, see?
So you're a concerned criminal, is that it?
Using funny jokes about me and my boys, are you? Fuck. You must have some balls.
I saw
Это
many
был
men
прямой
like you
вопрос,
during
блядь.
war, Mr. Digby. Greedy little cockroaches who feed on despair.
I could kill you for saying that. But, nah. You've been a soldier. I can respect that.
So, tell me about your gang then.
What? Have you got a death wish? You really want me to answer that?
Well, yes. You seem so proud of your status. Why not tell me who you're working for?
Oi! I'm the boss, all right?
Да я уже понял, что ты глава.
Work for me. All of them. Situation round here is better than other districts because of us. Because of me.
Ну тут ты, конечно, ошибаешься.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
Things ain't that bad thanks to us. We give people what they need, and we control this borough.
Well, you're not doing a very good job. People are still dying here like everywhere else.
Yeah, well, we can't be everywhere all the time. And Edwina says if we can find more guns, we could be more efficient.
More efficient?
Ну как, блять, это связано?
You should probably tell Edwina that guns are useless against
Вот
diseases
именно.
and infections.
Incredible. You know what? You're lucky she can't hear you right now. She's more smart than patient. My sweet queen of the docks.
Не, ну по сравнению с тобой, возможно, она, конечно, и умная. Но в целом не думаю.
Do you know where I can find Sean Hampton? I need to talk to him.
The sad saint. Why on earth do you want to talk to him?
He was one of my patients at the Pembroke Hospital.
Oh, yeah. I heard the poor bastard had been abducted by some cunt. You better ask Tom Watts. He knows Sean Hampton well.
Окей.
Goodbye, Mr. Digby.
А вот и твоя дама, да?
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed. May I ask you a few questions?
Who are you? What do you want?
As I just
No,
told you,
tell
I'm
them.
a doctor. From the Pembroke Hospital, actually.
The Pembroke Hospital, you say? I ain't paying any bill left by Clay.
I'm not
И
here
не
to
надо.
collect payment, miss.
Miss Edwina Cox. So what do you want then? Fancy buying something from me, maybe?
What can you tell me about your work?
I'm a businesswoman. I buy and sell things, and I send my wet boot boys after anyone who don't play nice with me.
Gang member and shopkeeper. Can't be easy running double shifts.
If you're interested, I may find use of a doctor who can freely walk across the city, you know.
You're quite blunt, aren't you?
I like people who know what they want and say what they think. This is a time of great opportunity for those ready to embrace their destiny.
I'm not interested in a career in the criminal underworld, Miss Cox.
Fair enough. Stay away from us then, if you don't want to get hurt or worse.
Since my return from the war, I don't feel that concerned by threats, knives, or even bullets, if you must know.
That's exactly what that stupid trade unionist claimed after he attacked one of us. Booth and I reminded him a bullet beats words every time.
Даже не думай, даже не
What
пытайся.
can you tell me about this matter?
You can't trust anyone around here. As soon as you lower your guard, you can be sure some arsehole will take advantage of you.
Really? Don't you think that's a little bit excessive?
Bastards, all of them. This region only responds to violence and threats.
You sound like you're thinking of somebody in particular.
Take the gravediggers of Southwark. They must pay me every week, but it looks like they forgot who gave them permission to steal from the dead.
Looting corpses in a mass grave. That is a new low.
Whatever. Hey, since you're a doctor and all, maybe you can access that forbidden area and remind those bastards what they owe.
Я не ее пес, конечно. Но, возможно, мне это что-то даст.
Tell me about the man you and Booth killed, Edwina.
The bastard killed one of us and received retribution. There's nothing else to say.
What happened exactly?
I don't know and I don't care. One of ours was killed by that communist bastard, but he didn't brag for long.
So you have no idea what really happened, but you executed him anyway.
No one messes with the wet boot boys, Doctor. This is our territory and this is our law.
And your conscience is clear.
Я даже не хочу
You
комментировать.
kill without
Я
hesitation.
просто их бы всех
Violence
убил.
is an efficient tool, Dr. Reed, when used properly.
So you decide who lives and who dies, just like that.
Yes, Doctor. Just like that. I'm not saying it's fair. I'm saying it's my way of dealing with troublemakers.
Booth Digby looks at you with love-struck eyes. Tell me, Edwina, is the feeling mutual?
You have no idea how refreshing it can be for a woman to receive all the pleasure she needs. For once.
I'll take your word for it.
What is it, Doctor? A woman's not supposed to talk about these things.
I believe you manipulated Booth Digby to get everything you wanted from him, both inside and outside the bedroom.
The poor bastard is good to me, if you must know. He makes me feel good. And that's a first.
So you're just like any other couple, after all, are you not?
Yeah, we're so ordinary that I'd put a bullet in his head if he ever cheated on me.
I'm looking for Mr. Sean Hampton. Do you know where I could find him?
The sad saint? I heard he was mugged or something.
Да,
Yes,
да.
he was. But he left hospital recently.
You don't say. Well, I suppose it's good news for the homeless and the useless. Ask them, they must know something.
Goodbye.
Окей. Пойду к своему муженьку. Раз была речь про никчемных.
What do you want?
Tell me about the man you killed, Booth. What happened?
One of us had been killed, so we had to retaliate. That's the whole story.
There has to be more to it than that.
No, really, one of us got killed, so the killer had to die. That's how things have always been done round here. No one gives a shit.
Are you so heartless that you could pull the trigger and kill someone without even blinking?
Have you looked around recently? Do you really think one more body will make...
Согласен, поэтому если я тебя убью, в принципе, ничего не поменяется.
Do you know Edwina suspects you to be unfaithful?
Edwina's the one who asked to be called Mrs. Cox, even though Clay hadn't touched her for such a long time.
You have not answered my question.
She's a passionate woman. I've no doubt she'll shoot me down if I ever betray her, but that's not going to happen. I love her as she is.
Ну, я думал, это ее сын, а это получается.
Goodbye, Mr. Digby.
Клей ее муж.
Good evening, sir.
Whatever.
Don't you recognize me? We met a few nights ago.
Don't take it personally. I spent a lot of energy forgetting what I did the night before.
Yeah.
А, это тот,
Definitely drunk too much.
который, да, напился
I'm
очень
Dr.
сильно.
Jonathan Reed.
I'm Dyson Delaney. I'll try to this time.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Delaney?
I drink. I drink in the morning and at noon. I drink at night. And then I drink some more.
Why do you drink so much?
Maybe it's because I prefer dying slowly. Death can be so abrupt. Personally, I like to see mine coming at my own pace.
Ноль логики.
Don't you work at all?
I'd love to, but I don't have the time. Didn't I tell you? Drink in the morning and at noon. I drink at night.
Is there anything in particular that you like about this part of town? Except for the...
Только типа на самом деле про какой труп говорили. Он там след.
I love this neighborhood. So friendly, so joyful.
No reason at all to rejoice, then. Life is hopeless and then we die, is that it?
Let me tell you a story.
Ну, давай.
All right. Go on.
A few years ago, when I believed a resolute man could change things around here for good, a tragedy occurred nearby.
What kind of tragedy?
It was a bomb. A bomb that exploded and killed many people. Metal and blood everywhere. Shouts, fire, broken window of the shoe shop, a torn street light.
You lost people you loved that day, didn't you?
I've lost everything. But you know what the worst part is? I don't even remember where it happened. I've drunk so much to forget it. And now I can't remember where it was. I can't pay my homage to the dead.
I'm sorry, Mr. Delaney.
It's okay. If you ever find the place, just leave a flower for me there. Even if you tell me.
Интересно, как я
I'm sure I recognize it.
найду место, или оно всего одно такое, ну, типа, куда бомба падала.
Surely you must have had dreams and expectations when you were young, like everybody else.
Sure. I wanted things to change. To really change.
Пришел к тому, что изменить над насилием, да?
The bigger the dream, the harder the fall.
Sounds like you were an idealist, which is honorable.
No, sir. I was an anarchist and I believed that exclusive property is a robbery in nature. I wanted a new world to rise from the ashes, Dr. Reed.
Do you really think the world is that bad?
No, I believe we all can choose to make it better. But most of us are too weak, too corrupt and too guilty. I failed for sure, but others will come.
I want to know more about your past as an anarchist, Dyson.
I'm still an anarchist, Doctor, make no mistake. I just reject violence as a tool to change the world, unlike my comrades.
Вместо этого ты просто пьешь.
Do you still see your
Sorry.
comrades, then? Even if you don't agree with their methods anymore, I mean.
No. I hope they'll come to share my point of view one day. I'll raise my glass to that splendid idea.
Do you believe in a bloodless?
Ну, революция без
I do
кровопролития
not
не
believe in
бывает.
much anymore, Doctor. But I'll admit I like your idea of peaceful change.
Потому что это тогда уже не революция просто.
Inebriation aside, do you need medical help?
Yes. I feel sicker than usual these days.
Take this, then. And perhaps you could try to slow down the alcohol intake, too.
Hey, Doc, you don't really want me to stop the only remedy I can afford.
I'm looking for Mr. Sean Hampton. Do you know where I could find him?
I really don't know. I heard he'd been abducted. I don't know if he's back.
Who could tell me that?
About the sad saint. Try asking Tom.
Все отправляют к Тому. Все двое.
Goodbye, Mr. Delaney.
Он был здесь пока единственный, да, зараженный. Найти.
Not a drop of blood left in his body. This is the work of a vampire.
Ну, впрочем, ничего нового, да?
Good evening, sir. Have you witnessed any suspicious activity or strange events recently?
And what do you define as a strange event? More to the point, who are you?
My name is Ichabod Throgmorton, vampire hunter extraordinaire and warden of the East End.
Профессиональные не замечают, что рядом с ним
I
вампир.
know what you're thinking. I'm just another lunatic howling at the moon, but I'm not. The bloodsuckers exist, and they're
Ты
close.
даже не представляешь, насколько.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'd like to hear more about these vampires you're hunting.
A man of science? Well, I'll be glad to enlighten you.
So, how exactly are you protecting these people? I'm curious.
I patrol late at night, investigating anything unusual. I try and encourage people to stay indoors, but people are careless.
Can I help in any way?
Actually, yes. I plan to put up posters to alert the population to the vampire threat.
Are you asking me to paste posters about vampires around the desert?
If you wouldn't mind.
Лол.
If you did that, then I can focus on my patrols.
Окей.
How do you identify a vampire?
It's simple, really. They can't stand daylight. They're afraid of garlic and holy symbols. They also cannot enter a house without being invited.
Have you ever killed one of these?
Так, ну последнее это бред.
Of course I have.
Про чеснок не знаю.
What kind of question is that?
Остальное
It's
правда.
a dirty business, believe me.
What can you tell me about this neighborhood?
Did you hear about what happened to Jack Gillingham?
Нет.
Oh boy. It's a shame I wasn't around to protect him.
It's impossible to protect everyone. The violence seems endemic in this part of town.
But it's my duty. I am convinced Jack Gillingham was killed by a vampire. These evil rodents are spreading like a plague.
На самом деле у меня сейчас такой 50 на 50. С одной стороны, я очень сильно хочу спать, с другой стороны, я очень сильно хочу продолжить.
Have you heard of the Guard of Priwa?
Of course. They're dedicated hunters. A little militant for my taste, but they do let anyone join.
Were you ever tempted to join the Guard yourself?
I did think about it, but I'm more of a silent hunter. They're more of a sanitary militia.
Один? Почему?
So you hunt alone? That sounds risky.
Vampires are just like every other predator. They hunt when they're hungry and follow certain patterns. It's just a matter of observation and patience.
Допустим.
I'm looking for Sean Hampton. Can you help me, Mr. Thornton?
The sad saint? He should be at his night asylum at this hour. But I cannot tell you how to find it, sorry.
Really? Why is that?
It's nothing personal, Doctor. I'm sure your intentions are good, but people who sleep there, they have plenty of reasons to hide.
Maybe at least you can tell me who could help me find him.
Tell you what, go and chat with Tom Watts.
Еще один.
He's a bartender and good judge of character.
А,
If he talks to you, then it's fine
Том
by
это
me.
бармен.
I could make you tell me, but I respect your refusal. You really believe Sean is a saint, don't you?
All I will say is this. Gossip has it that when he was a child, he was molested. By a priest of all people. Funny thing is, though, it only strengthened his faith.
Это очень странно.
Goodbye, and good hunting, Mr. Thornton.
Откуда это у меня? С помойки? Так, 5, 6. Еще 9 неоткрытых персонажей. В этом районе. Так, ну Том меня сейчас, скорее всего, куда-нибудь приведет. Правильно, давайте сначала с ней.
Evening, miss.
Well, I never. That's a first. Customers who make that much mess rarely come back. Never mind in fancy togs.
I'm much more myself than when we first met. By the way, I'm Jonathan, Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Welcome back to the Turquoise Turtle then, Doctor. I'm Sabrina Cavendish. How can I help you?
О чем-то мы тогда говорили, но я уже не помню о чем.
People don't appreciate that line of questioning round here. You best be more careful with what you say, sir.
You look concerned, Miss Cavendish.
This is a bad borough. Most people I know are afraid. Most locals will rob you blind, or worse. You best mind your step.
Это скорее Юна, да.
Your safety here.
Юля, сейчас нападут.
The right place for you.
I've got responsibilities. And it's not like I've got the money to move anywhere else anyway.
This place seems, how shall I put it, very colourful. I'm sure it has plenty of stories to tell.
We get people of all sorts here. It's that rare place in the docks where you can have a drink without being murdered. At least it's not happened yet.
So this bar is neutral territory then?
Yeah. Tom's convinced this is something the locals need. No one ever draws a weapon here. That's one of the reasons I accepted the job.
Your boss must be quite the negotiator to force such an agreement.
Yeah. Tom's a great bloke. Mr. Hampton, who runs the night asylum, he's the only other man that's able to keep peace around here.
Именно его я и ищу.
Miss Cavendish, would you be willing to help me locate Sean Hampton?
You better ask Tom, sir.
Why not answer me directly?
We respect the privacy of our customers here, sir. Only Tom can decide who to speak to and what he'll say to them.
Excuse my curiosity, but where exactly are you from, Miss Cavendish?
Something bothering you? What, my name? Or my complexion?
Believe me, I never judge someone on their place of birth or the color of their skin.
If that's true, you'd be one of the few not to make fun of me. Just you, Tom, Dyson, Miss Fishburne, and of course Mr. Hampton.
I'm sorry if I worried you. I was just curious to find out if you know this part of town well.
Nosy. My dad was a sailor from Bombay, and my mum was a maid born up in Glasgow. They got married in London, and here I am.
И я в итоге никак не использовал эту информацию. Классно. Зачем тогда вообще в целом был этот вопрос?
Sabrina, tell me about your true feelings for your boss.
I love Tom. Not ashamed of it. Don't care if the customers joke about it neither.
Who's mocking you?
I mean, we're always together. People will talk, won't they?
Есть такое.
Does Tom love you?
Yeah, but he's always reluctant to take it further. It's not because I'm younger, or because of the colour of my skin. He hates jokes about us.
Goodbye, Miss Cavendish.
Так, она типа была тоже? А нет. И Том. Короче, этих всех я знал. С ними еще раз поговорю. Меньше не